Not to like beat a dead horse, and we've asked you this a couple times this year, but I just want to really understand like how much of the past few years not getting all those opportunities really built a chip on your shoulder for this season.
You know, with that, it's just like with this season, I just feel like I have a lot of confidence coming in. I feel like throughout the years, I could have had the opportunity to play, do everything I could, but I feel like just this year, I'm just trying to prove myself to my best ability as I can. So like, we midway through the season, so I feel like my confidence level right now is there. But we just have more games to keep going. Just keep pushing.
Over the years, when you haven't been able to get on the field, what have you been able to do to maintain that level of confidence?
Just take the reps. Like just being on the side, just keep going. Like the reps is just mental reps really. Therefore, like with me just not being able to, just show what I can do, just have them take the mental reps in each day and every practice, each game, and just watch, knowing what I can do.
When you're going through those periods where you're maybe not the go-to guy, what did you learn about yourself in those moments?
I just feel like I learned like, you can do this, but it's just like your time will come for real though. Like, I just feel like with that, I just feel like just the mental stuff that just watching from the side. It's just like when my opportunity to come, and then when my opportunity came, and see, I'm just trying to show what I can do.
How many reps did you get with Alonzo last year, and how much of y'all's time spent last year help early into the season this year?
Last year it wasn't really many reps. We had the quarterback from last year, so Zoe was just taking the inside reps from after him. So just it wasn't a lot, but as this season came and this year began, we just rep after rep. We from the spring to the summer and to now, it's just is there.
Obviously, the situation is different with him being a second, third string now to one of the better quarterbacks in the Sun Belt so far this year. But where have you seen him in his most growth?
Nah, his most growth. I feel like just really off the field. Like he takes the time to watch film. Even in like when we not watching film with the coach and stuff, I see him watching film just by himself on his laptop, just making sure like what he needs to do. I see him talking with Coach Kennedy every day. As they have meetings, it's like Coach Kennedy he tells us like you got to do this, you need to do this. So like whenever they talk, I feel like he progresses every day.
In the offseason, did you, Alonzo, Ymir, Taylor, some of those guys that came back from last year, you guys ever have any conversations like, all right, we didn't get the opportunities last year, but this year it's really our time to shine?
Oh yeah, for sure. Every day like he just tells us like, I see this. If you see this, just keep going. Like as like Coastal, in the Coastal game, he missed me on that big throw, but after that he just said, keep going, bro, keep going. I see you. Like just let's all just keep playing, and like that's all he tells us.
Kind of going off with what Hayden just asked about some of you guys that came back and who maybe didn't play a big role last year. What's it like when you're standing there and you're watching a guy like Taylor who's gone through similar things as you of not getting the ball as often have a game like he did on Thursday?
Yeah, no, Taylor, he's having a wonderful season this year. Like I feel like last year he really didn't get an opportunity last year, so I feel like with this year I'm glad he's stepping up and being that tight end that we need because Taylor, he's a great ball player to me.
And then heading into this weekend, you're back to playing on Saturday, going down to Georgia Southern. What have you guys kind of seen early on in preparing for them?
We've been watching film and stuff, but for real, I just feel like it's just us versus us. Every game, I feel like it's us versus us. We have the opponent on the other side, but as we go into each game, I just feel like we just gotta do what we gotta do, and then the results will come out.
I don't know if excitement's the right word, but going into a hostile environment that's going to be down in Statesboro this weekend, what is the feeling like for you as an offensive player going in there?
To be honest, I like playing in hostile environments because I feel like with that energy, it's just going to make us just play better. Like, ULM was a hostile environment too, but I feel like Georgia Southern is like one of them environments that you got to stay focused in because they will try to get you routed up.
Obviously, last week was grueling with the short week and getting back late. So when you come out on the other side of that, and it's almost like a mini bye, if you will, how important is that, just getting the chance to just be able to recharge and also start getting a couple extra days of preparation for the next opponent?
Yeah, we had a short week, but I feel like we just had to lock in practice. We had like a lot of mental reps, So with that being a short, we just had a lot of mental reps. So I just feel like we just had to bounce back going into Coastal, and that's what we did.
Yeah, talk about you and really Cam Ross. I mean, that's been a duo this year that's been among some of the top receiving duos in the Sun Belt this year so far.
Yeah, we are. You know, me and Cam, you know, through the years, even though we have great receivers in the room, but, you know, just me and Cam right now, you know, we're just trying to just keep going. Like, even though we talk to ourselves before the game, we just be like, let's go, bro. Like, let's just get ready to play. You know, we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, talk about just it really showed in the UNC game in particular, but just that speed advantage you have on some of the corners that really allows you to be a deep ball threat.
Yeah, it does. You know, I just feel like I don't want to boost anything about myself, but with my speed and just anyone that lines up in front of me, I just go full speed against them, and you know, that's what I do. That's a name for myself, just speed.
This year, what other games have you polished the most, like that you didn't think were as up to par as your deep route and your speed? I know Coach talked about your blocking a lot. Anything else that you think has really took a step up this year?
You said like a couple games.
Like parts of your game that have took a step up.
Really just my ability to like get out and just run, put speed on them for real, and just catch the ball really. Because I feel like over the summer, you know, I just had many times catching on the jug machine, just catching footballs over and over, so I can get my hands better. Mm-hmm.
And kind of going off what I asked Coach too about the receiver room and having so many of you that can catch passes and be a reliable option for Alonza, how enjoyable has it been to be a part of a group that talented and that spread out?
Yeah, you know, our group is great. I like everybody in the room. Everybody in the room could play. And, you know, just this year, like, I feel like we had a chip on our shoulder, like, in the receiver room, because I feel like with Chesney, he tells us, like, he goes by the receivers because the receivers, like, are the main, I ain't going to say the main focal point of the team, but, like, if we do our job, then, you know, this team goes well in every game.
You can have amazing games but not get rewarded with those interceptions. Some years you can have great years. How does it mean to actually your play be rewarded with picks?
It feels pretty good. I mean, obviously, you know, it's not the most important part of the game for me. I think getting the win is the most important part. But it's been great. I mean, this weekend, though, I got to give a shout-out to KJ Flo. That was all him. You know, I was just in the right place at the right time. Fell off that post, saw the flutter out on the sideline. You know, was fortunate enough to get a tip and get the interception. But, you know, like I said, I think those interceptions are nice and all, but at the end of the day, I'm just concerned about winning.
What about Coach Info's philosophy has really installed y'all to create so many turnovers this year?
I think it's just, you know, being aggressive when you need to be aggressive, and then being conservative when you need to be conservative. I think we have a lot of talent on every level of our defense. I mean, the D-line played out of their minds this weekend, got the ball out fast, really disrupted the timing, which is huge for, you know, corners like myself. You know, when the ball's coming out quick and the quarterback is not comfortable back there, it definitely makes your job a little bit easier, and, you know, you can get those opportunities for interceptions and stuff like that. So I think just, you know, having that talent on all three levels, D-line, linebackers, DBs, you know, corner safeties, whatever it is, I think we're, you know, starting to communicate more, get that connection and chemistry, and, you know, really put it together.
Is there anything you do specifically, or is it just reps to get all three facets, all three levels to play well together?
I think it's just reps. I think it's, you know, building that chemistry that you need, you know, to see where we come from the summer to now. Excuse me. Has been, you know, impressive, and I think, you know, seeing that chemistry and that connection, just, you know, not having to really worry about, you know, your job per se. I think, you know, having everybody cover your back and know that you have, you know, help in the post, or you know, you have people getting to the quarterback up front. I think all that stuff, you know, comes together, and it puts out a good product for the defense as a whole. You know, not just individuals and, you know, individual position groups.
With you guys playing on Thursday night, how much of the Georgia Southern game did you watch on Saturday?
I got to see a little bit of it. I saw their comeback, which is very impressive. I think, you know, that's you know, a testament to their team. I think they're very resilient. You can see that right away. They didn't get nervous in the eyes of you know, possible defeat. And I think, you know, being able to fight back and come back from that loss and, you know, score that as many points as they did is impressive. And I think, you know, we need to prepare for that and, you know, not take them lightly at all. I think this is probably one of the best opponents we're going to see this year, or at least so far. You know, I think, like Coach Jez said, I think they do everything. I think they, you know, they spread the ball out very well. Their receivers are pretty good. You know, I think they can score points definitely. So we need to be prepared for everything that they can throw at us.
Speaking of being prepared for everything, how much does the preparation change knowing that there's a possibility there could be a different quarterback rolling out, or they could be going with two different quarterbacks, given that their starter left early?
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that they used two different quarterbacks. I think the preparation stays the same. I think you watch both, see what they're good at. Honestly, I didn't really see too much of a fall off. I think they both can play. I think they're both very good and very capable of running the defense or the offense. Excuse me. So I think for us as a defense, just watching film, understanding which each quarterback maybe is a little bit better at or a little bit worse at, whatever that may be, and trying to goes back to play calling and just trying to get the right people out there at the right time and run the right plays as a defense to try to succeed as best we can.
I'm curious what it's like in the locker room for the defense right now. You'd beat on top of the Sun Belt in the defense and creating so many turnovers. Do you feel like, some offense is going to come out with us with everything they could because they might be like, there's nothing to lose against us?
I think the attitude for the defense in the locker room has kind of stayed the same. I think we've stayed very humble. I don't think anybody's satisfied, to be honest. I think there's high expectations for this group, this team as a whole, and I think the defense is just trying to do their part every single week. I think we've been fortunate enough to been creating turnovers and playing at a pretty high level, but the work doesn't stop now. I think we're only not even midway through the season, or a little bit, might be at the midway mark. Kind of lose track of it a little bit, but yeah, I think we still have a lot of work to do, a lot of people to prove wrong, and we're excited for the challenge.
How have you seen this defense in game learn and grow and adjust if there's maybe some early mistakes?
I think that just comes back to being coachable, taking what Coach Hemp gives us every single week, and being able to go to the sideline and be able to make adjustments and kind of just have that trust in each other to make adjustments and go out there and perform. I think we have a lot of youth on the team right now, being rotated in, which has been awesome. I think that's great for the program. Great to get those guys game reps, and the best part about it is we trust them enough to be out there on the field with us. So I think as a whole, as a defense, I think we're doing very well and we're going in the right direction.
And kind of what I asked Odie too, what is it like preparing for an opponent in Georgia Southern where you're going to go in there and it's probably going to be one of the more hostile environments that you guys see this season?
I love it. I think a lot of our team loves it too. It's what you play college football for. It's those environments. Obviously being at home is awesome, but being away in those hostile environments is cool too. At the end of the day, it's a game. We're having fun out there, and that's part of the game that makes it so fun and makes you want to go out every single week and perform in front of fans, whether they're your fans or opposing fans. So it's going to be a good one. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, what did you guys do from the last away game to kind of prepare yourselves better? Because it did seem like they had a hostile environment at ULM. What did you guys do in specific to prepare for that? Was there anything in specific?
We did. I mean, I guess the music and practice and stuff like that was a little bit louder. I think this week it will be a big emphasis. I don't think we put too much of an emphasis on for ULM, or as much as we probably should have. So I think just being able to communicate and practice with that loud music and stuff, where that's what it's going to be like on Saturday when you're playing, is very important. And I think going over that in practice and being able to prepare for it when it actually comes out there on Saturday is going to be important for us this week.
Yeah, Georgia Southern's their two losses have been to quality teams. Boise State, the first game of the year, and then they lost to Ole Miss, and that was a little bit more of a blowout. But what do you think that's going to provide Georgia Southern, just that they played two really good teams?
I think it provides them confidence. Definitely, I think any team coming off two big wins like that is going to be confident. They're going to be rolling high into the next game, and that's a big part of football is having confidence, taking momentum. When you get hot, no matter if it's the beginning of the season, end of the season, whatever it is, you go on a run like that. It definitely your team's feeling good, and you usually are playing a little bit better than you would have been if you're coming off a couple losses. So I think we need to understand that. We need to be prepared for that they're playing some of their best football right now, and don't take them lightly at all. No matter what we see on film, or don't let any egos or anything like that get in the way. Just go out there and play our game.